So lots of people in some of the groups that I'm following that are for new beginners, which by the way, try to remember that I'm also new at this. I've been doing this for about 3 months, like the first part of June, end of May, first part of June. Anyway, but I have learned some things along the way that, you know, people are asking questions about that they're not being able to find the answers for someplace else, apparently. So, and one of them is the blow dryer and how to utilize the blow dryer. And so part of the reason my camera is down at this angle is so that you can see the blow dryer in relationship to my canvas and my paint. So I am already flooded. I've got my bubbles popped. I'm level. I've taped it pinned. That's not the reason for this particular video. So thank you for joining me on my journey of artistic discovery. I hope that this helps you. So without further ado, I'm going to put down my colors, which are, I'm only using 2 colors today because I'm keeping it simple. That is my Look at Me Blue by Artist Loft and my Crimson by Artist Loft. So red and blue, blue and red, and of course with the white base, titanium white and acrylic flow white, both by Artist Loft. So let's get to it. Only using 2 colors, so that means I'm gonna need to put more of each color on here. Get that, so I will just layer them. See how that works. Make sure there's enough paint on here to blow out, or this has no meaning, right? So let's do that. Those things so I don't make a mess. Blow dryer. So first of all, this blow dryer is not the blow dryer that I learned on. This is the blow dryer that I taught myself how to use, okay? So this is an old travel blow dryer that belonged to my mother-in-law. And I got a head from my current blow dryer that's in my bathroom. That's one of those great big things that have a lead. I saw somebody, I'm trying to remember who it was. Anyway, they also had theirs taped because the opening was too much. So I did that with this one because my opening was a little bit too wide. I was having a hard time directing the flow of the air. So I tried that. This is how I learned different things. It didn't work in different ways. But from that, and then I didn't like to have all that paint over there. And then I saw a couple of people, Tammy Anderson, Canela Sirocco, recommending and starting to use this. This is called the Flower. It says Flower right on the side. You guys probably can't see that in this camera. By Drew Barrymore. The little nozzle, it's not quite as wide on the other one, and so it's got the power is more condensed to just the right space. You can see I've accidentally scraped my canvas. Seen other people do that. It's normal. Don't get mad at yourself if you do that. It has 2 speeds, low and high. So on this blow dryer, I only use low. My old blow dryer only had 1 speed. I used what it had. Okay, so learning this, it really is about learning it. So I want to start by showing you a couple of things not to do. So number 1, if I could get this off of here. How do I get this off of here? I was going to say, don't do it without the little thingy. I don't know how to get it off of there. There we go. So there, I can't show you. Don't do it without this, or you're not going to get the kind of flow that you want with your petals, okay? Don't do it like this. We're not blowing straight up and down. I'll show you what that does. So straight up and down does pretty much that. So you can do it straight up and down, and it will get you something like that. I'll show you what I just did. See, that's the first time I've ever done it straight up and down. But there you go, because I've watched other people and that's not how they do it. Okay, so that's how that worked. That is straight up and down. You can do it that way if that gets you the results you want. Okay, I'm going to take this other section and I'm going to do it with just at a 90-degree angle and show you how that works. So that you have to get almost down and touch your canvas. It's not blowing any paint at all, and I'm almost touching the canvas. You can see that. So that's see, I actually did. So you can see I actually did touch the canvas, right? So I went with paint on here. So that's not right either. Okay, that's not the best way to do this. Also, there are some artists that hold it like this and point and direct, and that's fine. If that is what you are comfortable with, do it that way. If you've got better control holding it that way, by all means. It doesn't matter how you hold, where you hold it. I like holding mine upside down because then I've got less likelihood of bumping my canvas. So I hold it like this. It also makes it easier for me to get a better angle. So if you can see, you can tell that angle that I've got towards my canvas and about how far away I am. That's what I do. That's how I use my blow dryer. So I'll show you that. And you don't have to take it all the way out to the edge. Go as far as the paint moves. Every pass of the blow dryer is going to be a little bit different. But I've got this angle on here so you guys can see what I'm doing. And that's the whole purpose of this video, is to watch and see what somebody else is doing. And I want to show you, so there's a difference in the way petals look based on how long you try to blow it out. If you're trying to blow it out until everything's all smooth, you're not going to have the nice rounded petals. Whereas if you pick it up a little bit while it still looks like maybe there's some layers under there, or maybe not as far, because you don't have to take it all to the edge, then you're going to have those softer rounded edges. So give me a second. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I can get you up here like this. Boop, boop. Sorry, maybe my whole stand. So you can see this, how this doesn't have that nice round. That's because I tried to kind of blow that. I was like, it didn't go as far as I want. I'm going to push it further. And so it broke that pretty line. Whereas this over here, hoping you can see this. See how this has that nice rounded, pretty petal to it. Okay, so it's just a matter of everybody goes through what you guys are going through. But part of it is don't be in a hurry. Just go do one petal and pull back and go, okay, so which direction do I want to blow next? So we're going to go this way. I go opposite direction. And I turn a little bit. And back that way. And over that way. So, I mean, that's the best I can do, I think, to help somebody understand the blow dryer. I'm just bringing in, you're not concentrating on the colors or the cells or anything else that I did. Is just the blow dryer. That's how you use the blow dryer. It's a matter of the angle at which you're pushing it into your paints, and don't have it on high, because if you put this, I didn't put it on high because I don't have any protection around my painting to catch the paints that are all going to fly off into the wind. Okay, so that is the control of the blow dryer, and you just have to get yourself a piece and one canvas. Don't waste 20 canvases. Get yourself one canvas and play with it. And once you're done kind of blowing that out, you don't like it, you've tried different methods on that canvas, scrape it and start over and do it again. It's okay, you're going to go through a little bit of extra paint, but you're only going to go through one canvas that way. So let me pull this up here, not talking to me. So that doesn't make sense. I have gone to Goodwill and purchased a couple of different canvases that other people have already painted on. I've picked some up that had more of a fabric-y felt instead of this nice cotton professional thing. I paint black over the top of it and let that dry, and then I use black as my background and I play with it. You know, some of them turn out really nice, but those are much less expensive than your regular canvases, so I can get one for like 50 cents to $1, and I don't have to worry about whether or not I didn't like it. So you need to do something that until you get comfortable with that, because I will tell you, now, when I started, I didn't think to do that. I had several canvases that they didn't turn out right to begin with. Hold on one second. I'll show you my first two so that you can see the difference. Hold that thought right there. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I want to show you. So this was my number one painting that I did. I did not like the blowout on it. It looked horrible. And so I literally just lightly scraped over the top and I went, oh, that's kind of cool. I'll just hang on to that. I need to remember. So I didn't give it away. I didn't paint over it. I didn't say, like, this is where I started. And I felt like I needed to know that. I actually kept the first three before I started having them turn out even remotely nice, what I would consider nice. Okay, so that was my number one. Let me show you. So, and part of this was I was very impatient because I didn't wait for the right tools. I didn't have my Flow so that I could properly mix my paints. So, and when I say properly, so I use the exact same recipe as Canela Sirocco. Got to give her credit for that. So she'll tell you 80, 40, 30. Well, that's measuring in grams. That's what I do. It's always by weight. Resin is by volume, paint is by weight. And you can go online and get an inexpensive little scale. Like I said, I was not very patient with my first few. So I've got this little scale. I actually just keep it in the plastic bag to protect my scale from the paints. You can choose to do it in ounces. You can choose to do it in grams. So, you know, Canela Sirocco uses grams. She says 80, 40, 30. Well, what that really is you have two parts of Flow. So whatever weight you're using, it's 2 to 1 Flow to paint. Okay. And then you add water equal to 3/4 of the weight, we're still in weight, of the paint. Okay, so that's where you get that 80, 40, 30. If you're doing grams, but that gives you a specific amount. You got to double it, you got to triple it. It's like, whatever it is, it's a 2 to 1 Flow to paint. And your water is 3/4 of the amount. Sorry about that little glitchy interruption there. My grandchildren called me, and so that always interrupts my camera. So there you go. All right, so I showed you my number one. So this is my number two. And this one I was not a Dutch pour. I tried to do a rect ring. You can see I used a fork. Again, I did not have the right materials because I was impatient and wanted to get started. It's okay. I kept it because this is where I started and I don't want to let it go. Now, number three is when it started to get better. And so that's this one. But this looks an awful lot like what some people are posting and going, it's not working, it's horrible. And I'm like, no, it's not horrible. Would I sell this one? No, probably not. Well, I don't know. It depends on how much somebody wants to offer me for it. But it's part of the progress. It takes time. But that's why I started this YouTube channel, is because I wanted people to be able to see this is what it looks like when you start, and it's okay to look like that. And now I have, whoop, knocking off this and this, and then that one over the, no, I gotta point that way, there you go. That one was actually a ribbon pour. I just did that this week. That's me starting with ribbon pour. That is the first and only ribbon pour I've ever done. Okay? It's okay. Is it absolutely gorgeous? No. Is somebody gonna like it? Maybe. You know, if after my 3rd craft fair it doesn't sell, I'll probably paint over it. It's okay. It is a journey of artistic discovery. It is not a let's beat ourselves up because we're not as good as the queen of Dutch pours who's been doing this for 3 years, or we're not as good as the Massey boys, you know, at Massey Art Studios. We don't just quit because our first bloom or bloom swipe isn't as good as Shelley from Shelley Art, or Jenny, nope. Oh, I feel bad. Anyway, Painted Dreamer, who is my favorite person. So hold on a second, let me show you. So that was supposed to be, I don't know if you can tell, that was supposed to be a bloom. It's not a bloom. Doesn't look anything like a bloom. If you guys are out there watching that, right? It's pretty though. I really like it. Okay. It's part of the journey to not have it turn out exactly like I wanted to. I'm going to tell you, every artist has stuff that doesn't turn out the way they want it to. It's okay, especially during that first beginning learning stages. So be kind to yourself, be gentle to yourself, and enjoy the journey. If you have any questions, you can email me, you can private message me, let me know. And if I can help you, I will. If I think there's somebody that can teach you better than I can, I will refer you to them all day long. Most of them are down in my descriptions. I have links to their channels. By the way, to my knowledge, none of them have ever subscribed to me, and that's okay. I don't care. I mean, I care. It would be nice, but no. Like, they're down there because those are my inspiration, and I give credit where credit is due. Okay? So, I have other artists that I watch. They're not necessarily my go-to because I want to learn. It's like, oh, that's kind of a neat one. Let me look at that. I don't even paint the way they do. So they're not down in that description. But there you have it. Blow drying the Dutch Pour 101. Like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, leave a comment, ask a question. Tell me what else you want to know in the way that I teach things. There you go. That's the best I can do, show you how I would do it. Okay? Have a great day.